First thing I'm gonna do before I take this off, I'm gonna ensure that I did my flush, right? And then I'm gonna take off, or I'll take my gun out of my gun flush box, and I'm gonna go ahead and trigger it to make sure that there's no pressure in the system, right? You always wanna make sure there's no pressure in the system. This is a high pressure system. You can get shot in the eye, you can get injected, so that's always your first thought. Whenever you're tearing into it, depressurize it, right? So I've pulled my trigger, I've depressurized the system. The next thing I'll do is I'll break it loose from here first, okay? Because if I take this one loose, now all this is wiggly. I now need 2 wrenches and it's a pain in the butt, right? So I'm gonna break this one here loose first. Then I will come here and take these 2 out, right? And the last part is I'm gonna come up here and break that one loose, okay? At that point, with you guys doing your regular maintenance appropriately, you're gonna be able to take like a T-handle, right? And you're gonna push those static mixers out. You're gonna throw the tube and the static mixers all into your ultrasonic cleaner. You're gonna let that soak for a while, let that run. I'd probably start it a couple times, right? And then leave it overnight. The next morning I'll come in, I'll grab my toothbrush that I use for cleaning off my gun tip, brush everything down, put my bottle washer through this tube, and then we're gonna go back in the reverse order, right? So I'll go ahead and tighten this compression fitting down. I will go ahead and put that in there. And then before I do this one, I'll shove my static mixers up in, right? If I put my static mixers in there before, they can fall out, right? So just to avoid any of that, do that last. Fill that up with your static mixers and then tighten up that compression fitting. You're back good to go.
Right, you don't need to break down any of the hose. All this can remain intact.
That's correct.
Yep.
That's correct. Ball valve closed if you want, you know, just to prevent everything from leaking into the floor, backfilling, you know what I mean, as you lay that on the ground, and you're good to go. For sure.